Austin After Dark Film Festival. The Austin After Dark Film Festival Fall 2022 is coming up in November on the 7th. It will be our last film festival event for Austin After Dark this year at the Austin Film Society Cinema. And we got a great selection of films. All the content is geared for a mature audience. Does everything from horror films to horror comedy, dark science fiction, dark animation, music videos, dark drama, suspense, action, all kinds of stuff. It's a great variety and a full day of short films. Once you buy a ticket, you can come and go as you please, and you get a badge, and it's a pretty fun deal. So hopefully we'll see you at the event. We are joined by filmmaker and director Jimmy Martin. Hey, Jimmy.
Morning, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. And I want to give your film some props, man. Mr. Winslow's Bell is nominated for the Best Ensemble Cast Award, which is a very difficult award to get nominated for. So good job.
Thank you. We had a kind of fun ragtag group of actors that we put together for this, but everyone was phenomenal. It was one of those situations we knew the moment we had everyone casted, and the moment a couple actors actually recommended their friends to be in it, who I knew, I was like, oh, it's going to be perfect. they had the chemistry in real life, and no, it all worked out awesome. So I'm really proud of them. I'm excited.
It definitely showed on camera. Good work with that. I was going to ask you if your casting call was like a traditional casting call where you just kind of open it up and get thousands of people trying out, or if it was all just out of the Rolodex, so to speak. But it sounds like you had some kind of a connection to everyone.
Mm-hmm. It was actually one of our main characters, Watson, was played by John Stenning, who's actually a director I've worked with a bunch in the past. and I knew he's done podcasting and he's starting a couple of his own things. And so I knew he felt kind of comfortable handling something like that. So I knew he felt like a good person for that role. And when I talked to him, I was like, oh, well, like whoever's going to play like the other main character against you, who you argue with for 10 minutes. And he thought right off the bat, he's like, oh yeah, just get Mitch. There's like another guy we've both worked with a lot, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. They've done podcasts together. Mitch is a YouTuber, so he's got that entertainer kind of personality to him. And then, yeah, from there, we branched out, and everyone did a great job.
Nice. Well, when people walk in the door on November 7th to watch the movies, I got to tell them what this thing is going to be about. But when I give the synopsis of a film, I give away the ending. I give away too much info. So I'll let you go ahead and put that in your own words. Please tell us what we're going to see.
So it's a period piece that takes place in 1824 Massachusetts, and two gentlemen think that their friend was mistakenly buried alive, but have differing opinions on what state he's in at the moment. And so the story kind of follows him in an almost Waiting for Godot kind of style, waiting for him to ring the bell attached to his coffin and engaging in a progressively complicated argument that attracts the interest of the whole town. And it kind of goes from there.
Interesting. Well, tell me, from a creative perspective, I have one question for you that's creative and one about the production. But creatively, why did you want to tell this story, and why like a period piece? What was it that motivated you to do this?
So actually, a good friend of mine and collaborator, her name's Sarah Michelson. She used to be a host of a ghost tour that would take place in Boston. Kind of one of those things where you take a trolley around the city, and because it's got so much history, there's a lot of kind of spooky stuff to work with on something like that. And so I did the tour for that with her, and one of the things they talked about on it was the eerie history of people being buried alive. And but it's a tour and it's for entertainment, so they kind of found a way to make it like interesting and fun for people. But one of the things she brought up was that they knew it was a problem, and they had all these kind of now well-known measures to try to prevent it, but it never really worked for a lot of reasons. Like the bell being a really famous one. But also not realizing that, like, oh, we live on the waterfront and it's windy all the time. so they're probably going to be ringing around all day anyway. And from there, I was kind of like, oh, there's, in a kind of twisted, creepy way, there's like a good story here. So I worked with her on it for a little while, and yeah, we realized it was short enough. It was something that like, oh, this is feasible. We could crush this out in the fall if we get the right people together. And yeah, it kind of snowballed from there and took off, and we got some really fun people on board.
Nice. And from a production perspective, I mean, obviously going through this process, every short film is like a little piece of film school. Can you talk to me about did you learn anything from this process?
Oh my God. So this was, I did the whole film school thing, and kind of jumped right into freelancing and stuff like that from there. And this was my first time directing and co-producing with my producer Nick. Um, I guess I'd say at a professional level, it's still like a short film that working with a lot of my friends, but everyone working on it were working professionals
Mm.
in the industry. So it was my first time kind of operating at that level. Definitely, especially on the production side, like producers and production managers and stuff like that. So much respect for everything they do. Just the level of coordination and having to prepare for like everything that can go wrong on the day. Cause it's like, oh, we paid for this location. We got it for the weekend. Then like you have it all planned out for like a month. Then you get there and it's like, oh, it might rain. And just kind of having to do those logistical gymnastics and work around stuff like that. Yeah, definitely kind of forcing you to be clever and find creative solutions, which is kind of what I love about it. But doing it at this level was definitely a great learning experience. And just kind of on that same note as a director, just kind of learning to work with like that many actors all at once. And really just because it had been a couple years since I directed something like this, and just being able to get back in and kind of play the orchestra in that sense and kind of help steer that ship was yeah, like I said, it's a lot of mental gymnastics.
For sure.
Definitely learn the value of prep, making sure you got everything ready to go on the day so everything can go smoothly and everyone can have a good time, because that was really important to me too. But yeah, just kind of helped emphasize that for me.
Well, saying all that, let's talk about the future. What do you have going on in the future? Any projects that you're working on? Are you on set on any projects, or got any of your own things? What's in development?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited right now. I got a couple things kind of on deck. I'm doing a found footage short that I'm hoping will be out before Halloween. Current working title, The Harrow. Might go straight to YouTube. We'll kind of see how it turns out, but that might be available to watch really soon.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a cult horror sort of thing. So really excited to start shooting that soon. And then this winter time, actually with the same director of photography I did this movie with, we're putting together a stop motion animation sci-fi short, which is going to be it's a huge undertaking. Something I thought I was going to be able to do in like a month or two this summer, and very quickly was like, oh no, this is going to be a year. So
yeah,
that's going to be a huge project. But if it comes out the way we're thinking, it's going to be really cool. So I'm really excited to get started on that soon.
Yeah, that is exciting. Very, very different types of production you're talking about, going from this way you shot Winslow's and then, going on to a found footage thing is a whole different deal. And now here you go with stop motion, and you're all over the place, but it sounds like, you're pretty diverse creatively, and it sounds like you have really good ideas.
Oh yeah, it really is just as the ideas come. It's because the stop motion thing was very much secondary to thinking, oh, this would be a really cool story to tell. And then a lot of pieces kind of fell into place.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate the time that you spent with me today. And is there anything you want to add before we go?
Um, I guess first, just thanks to the judges for having me at this festival. We always appreciate selections and especially a nomination for the Ensemble Cast Award for this. I'm really excited to be able to attend. This will actually be my first time traveling to see one of my movies screened somewhere.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Austin, getting to meet some people. Should be really fun.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to it too. It's going to be a really, really good lineup. So thanks again. Hey, I appreciate it and spending time with us. Congrats to your whole team. To earn this award is really something special. I think the judges were very impressed, with the work and so many different judges on different scorecards that don't even know each other. We're talking about how many great actors were in the film. So that's a testament to what you put together.
Yeah,
So,
I appreciate that. Thank you again for having me.
no worries. Have a good one.